This might not be familiar to you, but Cuba, the America's forbidden neighbor, still hides a hidden life where, survival and beauty still move through every street. If you want to discover more untold stories and vibrant cultures, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more adventures. We will step into an old square with colonial balconies and colorful walls where, children play football on open ground. The Caribbean sun shines on yellow facades, blue doors, and restored mansions alongside bustling apartments filled with family life. Narrow streets invite you in, alive with the sounds of son cubano from guitars, maracas, and bongo drums at cafes and doorways. And don't miss the skilled cigar rollers nearby who transform tobacco leaves into a cultural masterpiece, showcasing their dedication and traditional craftsmanship. Join us on the journey to explore Cuba, the forgotten island of the Caribbean. Welcome to Plaza Vieja, where vibrant colors greet you before history shares its story. As you step into Old Havana, you find yourself in a lively public square that dates all the way back to the 16th century, originally known as Plaza Nova. Surrounding this charming space are beautiful buildings created by Spanish colonial families, featuring high arcades, deep balconies, and cozy inner courtyards. Thanks to Havana keeping its original street layout and dedicated restoration teams who work hard to rebuild damaged buildings, this square has really stood the test of time. Take a moment to look closely at the walls. You'll notice a delightful mix of Cuban Baroque, neoclassical designs, stained glass, intricate ironwork, and Art Nouveau details, all basking in the same warm sunlight. Children happily run across the stone beneath the balconies. Neighbors chat from their windows, and cafe tables create the perfect setting for relaxed conversations. This is Havana's daily theater, a beautiful blend of culture and community. Street performers add to the vibrant atmosphere with their bright costumes, painted faces, and drums that, invite you to join in the fun. Artists proudly display their canvases by the restored facades. Craftsmen showcase their creations, and dancers transform the square into a tapestry of shared memories. For local families, Plaza Vieja holds treasured childhood games, evening strolls, religious celebrations, bustling market days, and a deep-rooted pride in a city that has truly embraced its history. The Office of the City Historian has played a key role in caring for this space. They repair buildings, clean facades, and renew cultural life in historic structures. You can truly feel their commitment in each vibrant balcony and every lovingly restored doorway. From Plaza Vieja, the same bright pulse leads you into Havana's narrower streets, where, it keeps public life open. You hear the city before you fully take it in. A guitar strums softly under a balcony, followed by the crisp sound of claves clicking in response. This lively sound is son cubano, a beloved tradition that originated in eastern Cuba way back in the 19th century. It made its way to Havana through migration, radio, dance halls, docks, and close-knit neighborhoods. The essence of son cubano is a beautiful blend of Spanish lyrics, African rhythms, call and response singing, and instruments that encourage connection between people. In the past, this music carried messages of news, satire, devotion, grief, and pride within communities. Today it continues to feed families, fill cozy restaurants, welcome visitors, and express the emotions of Havana. These traditions thrive through families, friends, schools, community gatherings, festivals, and the wisdom of elders who teach rhythm through hands-on learning. To keep this vibrant culture alive, it's important to ensure fair pay, support local venues, cherish instrument makers, and encourage young performers to learn. For Havana's musicians, the streets are the classroom, workplace, living archive, and community hub. At the same time, for local people, the music carries a sense of dignity that speaks for itself. You stand close and it feels as if the city is breathing through the voice of the performers. As one song wraps up, you can sense the excitement for the next corner, full of new sounds and stories waiting to be discovered. If you're enjoying Havana's hidden rhythms, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more unforgettable journeys and stories from around the world. When you think of Havana, you will picture the lively salsa nights, but there's a whole other world where the rhythm slows down inside a cigar workshop. As you step into a tobacco house, the warm air wraps around you carrying the rich scents of leaves, cedar, and earth. You can feel the deep history of Cuban cigar making, which traces back to indigenous peoples who used tobacco long before Europeans arrived in the Caribbean. Over time, Spanish colonial trade transformed Cuban tobacco into one of the island's most prized exports. In Viñales and Pinar del Rio, you'll still find farmers curing leaves in traditional wooden barns with palm roofs holding on to age-old practices. The selection of leaves is a careful process considering things like size, texture, color, aroma, and strength. Take a moment to watch the torcedor at his bench. You'll see him trim one leaf with precision, arranging the filler leaves based on how they burn, their flavor, and the way they draw. After that, the binder wraps around the core, and a clean, tight wrapper finishes it off. For a cigar to be truly enjoyable, it needs to breathe evenly and burn slowly without tearing. And this is where the skilled handwork shines. While machines can speed things up, they can't connect with each leaf the way an experienced roller can. You know, in the good old days, cigar factories were also schools and gathering spots. Readers would bring newspapers, novels, and political texts to life, keeping workers entertained during those long hours. Today, Cuban cigars stand as a global symbol of luxury. Collectors flock to festivals, humidors, tastings, and factory tours, while auction rooms and specialty shops treat the finest habanos as treasured pieces of culture and status. But the true magic of a cigar starts well before the label. It begins with farmers dedicated to nurturing their seeds, soil, and the crucial curing process, taking their time to sort the leaves with care. It continues with apprentices learning from seasoned masters, not from screens. To keep this wonderful craft alive, Cuba might need to invest in proper training, ensure fair export practices, and value the wisdom of small farmers. So, next time you're enjoying a cigar, take a moment to appreciate the hands that crafted it. There's a whole world of discipline, memory, and pride in every thoughtful fold of a leaf. Not far away from the cigar workshop at La Habana, the silence transforms into a thunderous announcement over Havana Bay. You step inside the impressive San Carlos de la Cababana, a grand colonial fortress that proudly watches over the harbor entrance. Every night, locals and visitors come together for El Cañonazo de las, the 9 o'clock cannon shot, a beloved tradition that has been a part of the city's charm. This ritual traces back to when Havana was a walled city guarding itself against pirates and rival fleets. A cannon once served as a warning to residents, signaling the closing of the city gates for the night. Even though the walls are long gone, the cannon shot remains, echoing Havana's history and memories. The ceremony now takes place at La Habana, a fortress completed in the late 1700s, built when Spain reinforced the bay's defenses. You can hear the sound of boots marching in the distance. The soldiers in traditional colonial uniforms stride across the cobblestones, proudly holding lanterns, drums, and showing off their military precision. The soldiers move steadily towards the cannon while visitors gather on the fortress walls to watch. If you enjoyed this glimpse into Cuba's living history, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more captivating journeys and stories. The fuse is set, and the crowd starts to hush, anticipation buzzing in the air. Once upon a time, this booming sound signified closure and safety, marking the end of activity after dark. Nowadays, it's a symbol of continuity, a delightful reminder of how Havana still experiences and cherishes the passage of time through sound. What was going on? As you stroll through the narrow alleys of the ancient neighborhoods, you can hear some local elders slamming down ivory tiles onto wood, and suddenly, the whole street stops to listen. You'll find dominoes tucked away under porches, next to doorways, in parks, and on little tables shaded by trees during the warm afternoons. This game has a rich history tracing back to China and weaving through Europe, Spain, and the Caribbean before landing in Cuba. Typically, there are 4 players at the table split into 2 teams surrounded by a lively crowd of onlookers offering advice. The tiles are shuffled face down with wide palms before being lifted, counted, hidden away, and examined in silence. The players carefully observe the numbers, their opponents' reactions, and even the flicker of their eyes. Winning relies on remembering what tiles have been played, guessing what might still be in hand, and supporting your partner without saying a word. A tile hits the table with a solid thud, and everyone nearby instantly gets the message, often followed by laughter. That's what makes Cuban dominoes feel so engaging. In the past, dominoes were a way to fill evenings when radios crackled in a boring way, and the tough daily life was always a weight. Today, dominoes continue to serve as a wonderful social glue, bringing people together through respect and friendliness. You don't need a grand monument to appreciate this vibrant culture. All you really need are 4 chairs, some well-loved tiles, a good memory, and people who cherish the joy of conversation outdoors. Goodbye the vibrant narrow street. Viñales Valley opens up to a world filled with lush green fields, towering limestone walls, and endless sky. Welcome to Western Cuba, one of the island's most cherished rural landscapes. This beautiful valley is nestled among the Sierra de los Órganos, where you'll find rich red soil, vibrant tobacco farms, swaying palms, hidden caves, and quaint little villages dotting the landscape. The first thing that strikes you is just how grand everything feels. Moats rise majestically from the valley floor, resembling ancient limestone towers topped with rounded summits, all under a sky with drifting clouds. Morning mist gently hugs their bases while farmers guide oxen through the dark, fertile earth below. This stunning landscape was shaped by ancient limestone that has been slowly dissolved over time by tropical rains and the groundwater alongside the natural erosion process. You can spot evidence of this fascinating geological journey with caves, underground rivers, sinkholes, and towering cliffs around you. Take a moment to listen. Near the forest edge, the Cuban trogon calls from the shaded branches, its feathers showcasing the colors of the Cuban national flag. A Cuban toadbird darts between the leaves, flashing its vibrant green and red while hunting for insects with quick, precise movements. As evening falls, you might see Cuban huchias making their way through the trees and rocky nooks, munching on leaves, fruits, bark, and tender shoots. If you're enjoying these hidden wonders of Cuba, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating wildlife and travel stories. The folks who live here are mostly rural Cuban farming families, and their lives are beautifully intertwined with Spanish, African, and indigenous heritage. They thrive on growing tobacco, coffee, fruits, vegetables, and livestock, as well as offering guiding services, horse trails, homestays, and, craft work. You can still see tobacco drying in charming wooden barns where leaves hang in neat rows, soaking up warmth and flavor over time. The area is protected through National Park status, UNESCO recognition, sustainable farming practices, and limits on heavy machinery. Local people work hard to preserve the valley. They take care of barns, riding trails, traditional houses, food customs, and of course, farming knowledge. Imagine hopping onto a small motorboat that takes you from sunny farmland into a mysterious darkness. The valley turns into a winding river beneath the stone. This fantastic cave is part of the UNESCO-listed Viñales karst landscape, famous for its stunning limestone formations, hidden caves, lush farms, and charming tobacco barns. As you step inside, you'll notice how quickly daylight fades away. The entrance greets you with cool air, a hint of mineral water and fascinating roots creeping through the wet rock. Once you hop into the boat, the engine hums softly against the cave ceiling, and the San Vicente River guides you through narrow chambers, past stone curtains, and over black water that beautifully reflects the lights. Some spots feel so close you could almost reach out and touch the walls, while others open up into spacious chambers where sounds travel gently and return in a whisper. This enchanting cave was formed over ages as tropical rains seeped into limestone, gradually dissolving the rock. Today the cave is under the careful protection of the surrounding Viñales system. Thanks to its UNESCO status, national park management, and guided tours, Cuba helped keep this fragile space safe from harm. To make the most of your experience, take your time. Wear shoes with good grip as the ground can be a bit slick, and keep one hand free while you walk. If you're hoping for a quieter experience, try visiting early in the day. And remember, bring along your sense of wonder but leave the noise behind. Welcome to the amazing Zapata Swamp and Montar Natural Park on Cuba's southern coast, nestled in Matanzas province. This spot is the largest wetland in the Caribbean and is lovingly protected as a biosphere reserve and Ramsar site. As you explore, you'll find water meandering through marshes, mangroves, lagoons, flooded forests, seagrass, coral, and tiny islands. The air here feels both spacious and rich. While sunlight dances across dark waterways, you might catch sight of herons gracefully rising from the reeds and soaring over the shimmering water. Red mangroves cling to the edges with their fascinating roots, creating homes for mudfish nurseries and crabs, and that's just the beginning. The wildlife here is truly special. Look out for the Cuban crocodile lounging in shallow pools. They are always alert and ready to dart. The secretive Zapata wren hides among the dense grass. And the bee hummingbird, the world's tiniest bird, flits about like a tiny spark in the warm sun. You may even spot flamingos, egrets, woodpeckers, and fish swimming beneath the tea-colored water. The most exciting way to discover this beauty is by boat, gliding through channels where mangrove roots entwine on either side. You can explore crocodile areas, birding trails, and quiet coastal spots near Palara. Remember to keep a respectful distance from the animals, especially the crocodiles.